Good morning, Ginny MacArthur here from Outlook for Life. Wednesday Wisdom. Today's question is from Jane and was, every time I lose 5 kilos or get close to my goal, I self-sabotage. How can I break the pattern? Jane, the first thing I want you to know, and everyone listening, is to understand this. It's not always self-sabotage. Often it's your survival mechanism kicking in. It's actually self-protection. And after working with thousands of women over the last 25 years, these patterns usually come down to one of three things. So, number one is it's not self-sabotage, it's human female biology trying to protect you. Your body is wired for survival, and when the calories become too low for too long, your brain thinks, uh-oh, famine, and so it pushes to save you. And at Outlook, that's why we build in a weekly free meal where you can have as much as you want, whatever you want. It's not a binge, but it's a free meal or a refeed meal. And that tells your body that you're safe, food is available. It prevents that panic-driven rebound, and it makes long-term weight loss easier. So when you feel that urge to sabotage, just pause and remind yourself, I have that free meal coming up. I can have it. Instead of feeling guilty I ate the chocolate bar, I can be glad that I ate the chocolate bar and I can enjoy every mouthful. I'm safe. I've got that free meal coming and I don't need to binge. Then enjoy it guilt-free, get straight back onto your healthy eating routine. Number two is that I guess it's fear of missing out. It's that all or nothing thinking. And so many women put themselves into bigger deficit. They cut out all of their favorite foods. They try to diet hard. But here's the truth. Healthy and sustainable weight loss is about 10% of your start weight over 12 weeks. We know from study after study that your body will allow you to do that without trying to force a rebound. So with my people within Outlook, that's what we do. We set, so if you're 100 kilos, your goal is to lose 10%. So that's 10 kilos over 12 weeks. That's 800 grams a week. That's safe. That's sustainable. We do that for 12 weeks. We stay there. We maintain that. Then we go again and do another 10%. So going lower than that and restricting yourself to lose more than that is like pushing a beach ball underwater, right? You're resisting all your favorite foods. You're in too much of a deficit. You're pushing the ball down, pushing the ball down, pushing the ball down, and eventually you have to let it go. And that's when you binge. And that's when you're out of control. You beat yourself up and get back into that, fuck it, I've messed it up, I'll start again on Monday, or I'll start again in the new year, or whatever that thing is. So instead, what I want you to focus on is long-term nourishing choices, because how you eat when you're losing is how you're going to have to eat to maintain that loss, right? It's rinse and repeat. So it's got to include foods that you love. It's got to include that weekly free meal. And I want you to focus on great hydration, rising energy levels, better fitness, better sleep, less bloating. Focus on all of those little positives. Don't get too hyper-focused on the scales and what they're saying. The third one I see is, we talk about fear of failure, but what if you have an underlying fear of success? People have this in other areas as well, whether it's to do with their career or other big goals in their personal life. And I think that fear of succeeding is just as real. What if you lose all of the weight and your marriage still isn't happy? What if you lose all of the weight and your job still drains you? Or your life still feels the same? Weight loss doesn't magically fix everything, right? You're just a smaller version of you, but you've still got the same boss who's shit, the same marriage with its ups and downs, the same mortgage, right? None of that changes. So I think sometimes when we get close to our goal and weight loss hasn't fixed everything, that can feel a bit scary. The other thing women often do is use weight as protection, or body fat as protection, both physically and emotionally. You know, I worked with one beautiful lady, and she lost 30 kilos over about 18 months with me. She was such a pretty girl, so beautiful. And then she started to put it all back on again. And I'm like, what is going on? And it was that when she was young, she had been date raped. And while she was bigger, men didn't give her a lot of attention. As she was getting closer to her goal weight, she was getting, hi Rena, she was getting male attention, and it freaked her out. So she put the weight back on again to protect herself. I had another lady in a very unhappy marriage. Same thing. She was using her physicality to protect herself. When she started to lose the weight, her husband was attracted to her, started to make moves on her. It just did her head in. And she put all of the weight back on again. So I think, you know, I've worked with many women who have overeaten to avoid male attention. I think we all know that one. After trauma, or stayed overweight because it felt safer in that unhappy marriage, or feared being judged or seen or pressured if they became confident again. But I think when you understand why these things are happening, why this pattern emerges, you can begin to do the mindset work around it. And for me, that was journaling. And for me, that was learning to stand outside of my thoughts and question them and go, is that really true? Choosing to eat on purpose rather than reactionary eating is huge. That comes down to the whole module that we do on emotional eating. But this is exactly what we teach within the 12-week program. If you're not a member, which Rena is, if you're not a member already, I encourage you to join us in February, where we work together on safe, sustainable loss, 10% body weight over 12 weeks. There's weekly live coaching, food plans, mindset and habit change work. We have a fabulous habit tracker that we use every month, rebound proof strategies, and genuine support. Put your name in the comments or DM me February challenge, and I'll send you the link. Have a fabulous week. Watch out from an email coming from me shortly with all of the details of how to work through this self-sabotage rebound kind of a thing. Have a great week. Cheers, guys.